Okay. I want to share my thoughts in regards to the Nigerian terrorists and the failed terrorist attack that happened. What was it? About a week ago. Now, here's my problem. In order to be a terrorist, you don't have to be Muslim or whatever. Anybody can be a terrorist. What do I mean? Well, if you have a problem with your country or a group of people, and you don't know how to properly channel that, okay, you're going to express your anger or resentment in a negative way. Whether it's blowing up a plane or killing somebody or doing something, okay? And there are groups out there that will exploit this problem, okay? If you notice, a lot of different terrorist groups or whatever like to go after a certain demographic of men, right? Men who are younger, men who may not like what's going on, men who may hate their country or their environment, and instead of trying to channel those feelings in a positive way, they get convinced that the only positive way to handle your problem is to create some sort of physical violent attack on another group of people. So they're pretty much being exploited. Just how a gang would, you have the older gang members that are going to take the younger gang members and say, hey, you know what, I feel where you're coming from. What you need to do is sell these drugs, or what you need to do is rob this person. What you need to do is kill this person for me. And that's how you're going to deal with a lot of the problems and issues that you have. So at the end of the day, these people are being exploited. Now, we focus on it, Muslims and this, that, and the third, because it's what's going on now, right? But who's to say in the future it's not going to be another group of people who feel the same way, right? A lot of the times what you see are bad people hiding behind religion. So there's no way to profile what's going on. Sometimes we like to throw out different groups because we feel like we feel more comfortable. If we can say, terrorists are Nigerian or terrorists are Middle Eastern, everybody feels more comfortable because we feel like, yeah, we can watch these people. No, you can't. You can't. You can't stop somebody from feeling how you want to feel. You can't stop anybody else from exploiting those people and trying to use them, to carry out some sort of malicious agenda. But what you can do is protect yourself. This whole issue has nothing to do with Nigerian terrorists or whatever. This has everything to do with failed airport security. I was watching the news and they had one guy, gave a little sound clip, and he was like, this is all happening because one person didn't do their job right. So now the whole world has to suffer. And honestly, that's probably what it comes down to. Maybe 1 to 5 people who whatever did not do their job properly, and the whole world has to suffer from it. How ironic is that? How ironic is that a handful of people can influence the world? Okay, you can't control what goes on outside your house. There's no way to profile groups of people. Okay, to me it's just like saying, we're going to profile white men who are Christian because, they may be extremist Christians. No, it doesn't work that way. When you really, it sounds good to say that we're going to profile this group and watch this group. Yeah, it's hit and miss. It's like using a microscope or like binoculars to look over the ocean. Yeah, whatever parts you're looking at, you're going to see in great detail, but you're going to miss so many different areas. So this whole idea that we can watch everybody, this whole Big Brother thing, to me is bullshit. You can't. But what you can do is protect your home. You can't control what's going to go outside your house, but you can protect what goes on inside your house. So if what's going on outside your house spills over to inside your house, then hey, maybe that's your fault. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to airport security. Cutting corners. Not being official. Right? The sad thing is that this case, right, this scenario is probably a win for the people who believe in this sort of negative behavior. Mind you, I said negative. I don't want YouTube authorities or the FBI to come shut me down because I'm not, agreeing with anything that took place. But I say it's almost a victory because this guy was not even trained properly. It's to the point where I don't even know if I can believe this story. A part of me wants to believe that this is created because it's so scary to know that a novice, right, can get this far. You know, let's say that this guy was even remotely trained in what he was doing, remotely competent, right? Would he have been successful? That's what scares me. That's why I'm really not sure if this really happened, because I really don't want to believe that he could have got that far. Really, I don't. I don't want to believe it. And I'm hoping it's just a media hoax to, refocus people or scare people, because, the media instills fear, right? We've seen videos that talk about how they instill fear to get the people to comply. So I'm hoping it's one of those tactics that they've used before. Because if you're some sort of terrorist group, you're going to sit back and say, wow, look at what's going on. It's a victory to see everybody rattled, to see everybody shook. And that's what it comes down to. So this is not really a conversation about Nigerians. It's not a conversation about Muslims. It's not a conversation about this group or that group. Okay? Anybody who is upset at some other group and doesn't know how to handle it can potentially be a terrorist, especially if another group of people figure out how to exploit those people, just like a gang. So you need to be worried about everybody else. But at the end of the day, how can you really be worried about everybody else? There's just too many different groups to be worried about. It's like saying, we're going to focus on Nigerians because they may be terrorists. Okay, how many other people are you going to miss out on? Your resources are limited. Remember, people have to get paid. You have to get paid. No one's doing this for free. As much as people want to say, I want to keep America safe, yada, 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 people still want to get paid. So how many people can you really focus on? But what you can do is focus more so about your home. What is yours? What you can protect. Just think about it. All this could have been prevented if maybe a handful of people, just even if it was 10 people, if 10 people did what they're supposed to do, the whole world or the U.S. wouldn't have to suffer. So think about it, right? So in closing, to the YouTube people and to the FBI people and whoever, I'm not endorsing anything. I don't want to be flagged or some man in a suit shows up and tries to arrest me. I'm not condoning any of this behavior. All I'm trying to do is point out where we need to focus our attention and how we need to understand what's going on. You guys take it easy. God bless.